Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Anonymous, and in this channel, we talk about gang stalking. We talk about um, its subtleties and ways to. Well, I typically say ways to beat it, but right now, I am in such a gang stalking conundrum that I do not have the emotional prowess to say that. So, uh, well, I just wanted to talk about one of the main mechanisms of gang stalking. So, one of the main mechanisms of stalking is pretty much to keep your mind in such a negative state that you are pretty much interpreting even the most innocuous words as something negative or something pointed towards you. So, like, for some reason, some words just feel like they're bad, and I have no idea how to explain it. Like, it is just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like you just feel like a bunch of like negative emotions. Like, that's all. Like, that's all you feel. And you just become sensitive to like everything. It is so one thing that happens that I wanted to talk about is that um I guess you just more sensitive to everything. So like words that people say will bring up um they will bring up just like images, they used to bring up negative images in my head, like things that like felt that have negative emotions. But even when like someone says something and it just brings like an image of like whatever, it just, even if it doesn't mean anything, it there is a negative sensation that comes with it, like a negative emotion. And that is one thing that I still struggle to understand. It's like, how is it possible, that like that it is just so that I'm so psychologically enveloped in this thing, that like everything just feels like negative, you know. It's incredibly difficult to understand. Um, like I already, first, well, I already made the conclusions. These people, they're just passing around themselves, the words and the gestures and the items, the symbols. So like, because I smoke, crystal meth, they put like labels, and labels are supposed to like bring this negative emotion because they're supposed to represent, the use of like the pipe. And it's like, well, first of all, I don't care what you think you know or what you don't know. Like, it is none of my business. But while that's happening, it still somehow manages to pull a negative emotion. And it's like, how the hell is that even happening? It's just, I don't know. It's just really tough to understand. I think that like not saying anything and staying like completely quiet was is one of the things that like was actually affecting me, but like not saying anything. But I feel like by like keeping my focus on making these videos will allow me to talk about gang stalking and to be connected and not feel negative about it because I can use it for research. So it was a horrible idea to to keep my thoughts to myself. And again, the reason I kept my thoughts to myself was because for I didn't want them to know what I'm thinking. But whatever, I don't care. They're gonna think whatever they want to think, whether I like it or not. And so, oh, also, I was able to finally figure out like with certainty. So I know I said this a lot of times when people are so convinced that they can read your thoughts. They don't know your thoughts, they're guessing them. They are guessing your thoughts. And the sign when they figure out what you're thinking is that you look at them at their face. But if you don't look at them, they're never gonna know. You just have to look, do whatever it is you're doing and not say anything, and not do anything, and that's it. And that way, they're never gonna know. So they're only guessing your thoughts. Anyhow, the whole day I was just only counting 1, 2, 3, 4 yesterday. So they were pretty much just trying to, they were, I don't know, they were like, they really thought that they like knew what I was thinking, but they didn't catch a single one. So yeah, they were just trying to guess, and they just failed. Then for like days, and counting yesterday because I didn't get a single thing. I'm not, actually, I'm saying today, you know, what I'm thinking, because I don't know. I hope that maybe there's someone sitting in my car and they try to say they're to 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, I think that would be interesting. But that's what I'm gonna be doing today too. I'm gonna be counting 1 through 4 the entire day, and let's see what happens. And what else? Um, well, yeah, it's just really incredibly difficult to understand. It's like, how does this thing able to make me feel so negative? You know, when in reality, you know, I don't care about these people know or not. It's like I don't know them. You know, if I don't think they know everything about me, I don't give a fuck anyways. So do I even care? You know, it's so crazy. Um, what else? Mm, let's see. Well, also, I think that the whole thing of them doing this to me is that they don't want me to have a job. Because I am not sure that I am not sure. I think I heard the district manager say something, but I'm not sure if it was pointed at me, but it certainly felt like it. He literally said, is his name is Tavo, I think. Well, I'm not sure. Well, it doesn't matter right now. I'll say it whenever I know for certain. But he said this is not gonna stop until he quits or he gets fired. And it's like, okay. So I think that's the whole purpose of it happening at my work, because they want me to go crazy and quit. You know, but I'm not quitting. You know, at least not until I reach my next goal. You know, which I'm almost there. Um, what else? Let's see. I don't think. What else do I have to say? Well, yes. Well, right now, like I told you in my previous video, I was connected yesterday for a little bit, and I didn't even notice. And but I did notice that they stopped doing the hand signal. So they stopped doing the hand signal when you're connected, because they don't have to keep working to connect you. And what else? Let's see. The whisperings also. Yeah, so I got to a point where I lost control of the voices. I just couldn't control the voices anymore, and I tried, and you know, most of the time I can, but I but this time I, like, that ability was just gone for a little bit. And then, you know, so I know that by whispering you control what the voices say. So I'm just like, should I just re-controlling the voices next, like all the time, the whole day? Because everyone at work is like whispering things, and then I hear the whisper, and then I hear it in my ear, like it's a voice in my head. Like I hear both, or you know, or I'm not sure if it's literally just like, right now I don't really care about the origin of the whisper, because that's just gonna create more confusion. And if you are trying to know something for certain, you're gonna waste mental prowess. You know, your mind is gonna get tired. And when I'm at work, I am literally just counting 1 through 4, and that way I don't think of anything else, and my mind stays fresh, and I can make more observations clearly, and I can see everything more subjectively. Um, so even when I'm connected, and so that's why I noticed. Um, that's why I noticed them stopping the. That's why I noticed more things without actually getting lost in my head. But today I was actually. I mean, last night I actually got lost in my head for a little bit, and then I came back too, but it was still really really hard. So one thing that I realized is that you get disconnected when you hold your breath. You get completely disconnected, like boom, and and that's how I managed to not get connected. Most of the time, most of the days, and yesterday when I figured out I was connected, I was like, and then boom, I got disconnected the rest of the night. But yeah, it is. If you're getting connected, if you are not sure, just hold your breath. Hold your breath for 4 seconds, um, and you're gonna get immediately disconnected. Also, yeah. So the exercise that I told you about, the military the military technique to get rid of anxiety, it works. But one thing that I noticed today is that you cannot take the breathing pattern. You cannot separate the counting 1 through 4 and the breathing pattern. You cannot separate them. You have to do the 4 seconds, and you have to do the breathing. Like, you have to do it. If you don't do it, you're gonna get connected. So that's why I got connected yesterday, because I gave listening points to the breathing, and I was just connected. And I was just 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. But counting on its own is not gonna keep you disconnected. You have to count to 4, and you have to have the breathing go with it. So I'm gonna tell you again. You inhale, for you take a 4 second inhale. You hold the inhale for 4 seconds. You exhale for another 4 seconds, and when you're done exhaling, you hold the air out for 4 seconds, and you do that, and the anxiety is gonna go away, and you're gonna get disconnected. Boom, just like that. But you have to do the breathing, and you have to do the counting. You have to do both, and you have to keep doing it, and you're gonna get disconnected. That's it's that simple. It's extremely simple. But you have to commit to the counting and to the breathing. You just have to commit to it. If you don't commit, you're gonna get connected. Period. There's no way around it. So yeah, so that was the research for yesterday. Uh, Yesterday, my whole idea, or my whole purpose, was to find out the easiest thing I can get is connected. And yeah, there you have to do the 4 seconds. You have to do the breathing. That is how you disconnect, and you stay disconnected by keeping the breathing pattern. I am not sure if there is any other way, but I'm gonna do a little bit of research and try to find out more about it. So let me see. I haven't tried. Maybe if I try 3 seconds, that's what we're gonna do today. So today is gonna be a 3 second hold, and and the breathing. So everything's gonna be 3 seconds instead of 4 seconds, because 4 seconds kind of takes. It's kind of difficult, and you kind of lose your breath, because you're kind of just holding your breath for 4 seconds. So maybe doing it for 3 seconds could actually work, but I'm gonna tell you tomorrow if we can, if it works or not. Because if I get connected today, then I'm just gonna stay connected. And then that means that I'm gonna have to go back to the 4 seconds, and then I'm gonna have to notice too. So the thing that I'm gonna do is that if the gang stalkers stop doing the hand signal, that means that I'm connected, because they stop working to connect me. So that's gonna be my cue, um, my visual cue. And yeah. Oh, also, yesterday when I disconnected, uh, at night, and I was with my coworker Oscar. He was trying to connect me again, and at least I think he was, because I think it was the voices that I was hearing, or the sensations. Right now I'm at a point where I cannot distinguish either, so I'm not giving any importance to who or what it was, because I don't want to work my mind to getting too tired so that I cannot think critically. So and I'm not sure if it was because I was, well, I'm not sure at this point if it was just my imagination that I felt that Oscar was trying to connect me, because he kept saying, "Damn it! Oh, he got disconnected again." Like he kept saying that. So I'm not sure if it was just the voices or if it was my coworker. I don't know. I have no idea. And I'm not. And remember, in gang stalking, you have to be okay with not knowing, because if you try to figure things out for certain, just know that it's always a mixture of the two. It's always a mixture of the two. You know, it's gonna be true at somehow at sometimes, and then your brain is gonna recreate that somehow or some other time when you're experiencing the same circumstance and feeling the same emotion. For example, when you're disconnected, you are gonna feel that they're trying to disconnect, that they're trying to connect you again, and you're gonna hear the things, and then you're gonna feel the sensations or whatever, and then you're gonna either believe that it was someone doing that, or you're gonna believe that it was your brain. But the truth is that it can be either, or it's a mixture of the two, or it can be both, or it can be one or the other. So don't try to figure out exactly what it was, because if you try, you're just not gonna know. You're not, unless you're able to to have control of. So you can the voices that you can control. You can control the voices. The ones that you can control are the ones that you know that are coming from your head, or that are auditory hallucinations. Those are the ones that you can control. So those you know that are produced by your head. The ones that you cannot control are because someone said them somewhere and now you're hearing them in your head. Because remember, they have to whisper it, and your ears become really sensitive because they've been whispering for like days or weeks, and then you just become really sensitive to the whispers. And you kind of hear them straight in your ear. So, um, so if you cannot control it, like the first time that you hear it, you cannot control it. That means that someone just whispered it, and then when you can control it, it means that now it is an echo in your brain. Because remember, auditory hallucinations are echoes, and they just repeat, and you cannot control them when you are unable to control them when they're not yours. When they're yours, then you can control them. So it is difficult when you are at work and everyone is whispering something, and it gets mildly annoying, But I'm getting better at addressing that. Like, I'm just literally doing my breathing and my counting, and I'm good. And but let me tell you, right now, it is the most challenging part is literally just being somewhere and having everyone like whispering things like asshole, you know, or I'm not sure if they're just whispering something that it doesn't, that I'm not sure if I'm just making that word up in my head, like if I'm thinking that that's what they're saying, or they're just whispering like, and then my mind is kind of just putting it together to say that. I don't know. And I'm telling you that because I've been in a situation where someone whispers something, and then that is not, and I hear something completely different, but it kind of sounds like it. Like, my brain makes words out of a sound that sounds like the word. I'm not sure how to explain it. Let's say if someone said asshole, like a lot, and they whisper that a lot, and then like someone, if I'm already having auditory hallucinations, a youngster would only have to whisper something like and then my mind would interpret that as asshole, because I was already sensitized to that word. So I'm not sure exactly how that works. But and I'm not sure if they're actually whispering asshole or if they're whispering at all. Like, it's really difficult to figure it out. So I think that's why one of the things that my mind got tired yesterday, because I was trying to figure out, is it whispering or is it my head? And then I tried to control it, and then it didn't work. And then I was like, okay, so and I was doing that the whole day, and it's tiring, you know. But I'm not sure if right now I should just keep myself nonchalant and really not still not keeping to care, because or not trying to figure things out, because when I'm trying to figure out, it gets tiring. So, well, which is one of the things that kind of make you get connected faster, is getting your mind tired. um but anyways, so, well, in conclusion, you cannot take for granted, you cannot separate the counting and the breathing. You have to count, and you have to keep the breathing, the 4-second breathing pattern, and that's gonna keep you disconnected. But the moment you separate the two, the one you only count. Oh wait, no, I also, if you hold your breath, you're gonna get disconnected. So if you hold your breath and you count for 4 seconds, um, you will get disconnected. But to stay disconnected, you have to just keep holding your breath. You're gonna and then like hold it again, and it's tiring. So on the next one, again today we're gonna do it for 3 seconds. Let's see if that works. If I get connected again, then I'm gonna go back to 4 seconds, and let's see. And oh yeah, and holding the breath on its own works also. So holding your breath on its own keeps you disconnected, but it is really, really difficult. Like, you have to just keep doing it, and it gets really tiring. I mean, and I can handle a lot. And I mean, I did that method for like the last 2 hours of work, and it was fine, and I stayed disconnected. But when I got back home, yeah, my mind was still trying to connect, you know. But I was like, no, I'm not gonna hold my breath again, you know. And I was connecting and disconnecting intermittently, you know. And one of the things also that I noticed is that you kind of start, your eyes kind of look like in a daze if you're connected. I think that's how they tell that your eyes are not moving. Like, your eyes don't look anywhere like when you're normal. They just look like zombified. So it was weird because I feel like lightheaded. I feel like I was in a trance. It was really interesting. Um, and yeah, you know, like like your breathing becomes like, it becomes like almost like if you're asleep, and your mind is just wandering. And I was still saying 1, 2, 3, 4 the whole time, but there were times where like the emotions and the memories took over, and then my attention went to them. I have no idea how I'm gonna do it today, but oh yeah, we have another goal today, and I'm gonna tell you about it. I told you about it in my previous video, and we're gonna see what happens. So my car just stopped swaying, and a girl literally just like walked out of behind my car, and my car stopped swaying. So someone was swaying my car right now. A girl in pink was swaying my car right now. That's how they do it. Like, I now I know that for certain. My car stopped swaying, and the girl left. The girl walked away. And that's how it happens. So that happens. That's how they do it. They have one person harass you, and then that person leaves, and then another person arrives, and then that person leaves, and they just change turns. That's how they're able to harass you all day, every day. Yeah. Anyways, I'm done with this video. I'm heading to the gym, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.